Okay, this is a response to TSGolden's extremely long response to a response I made on his video. First off, Golden, let me state one thing. I don't know why, but you apparently decided to open your heart to me on every little political thing you believed, and you addressed a number of topics that are going to take more than one video to address. So I would like to state at the beginning of this video that certain topics you brought up, and let me, again, I'm not writing on my hand like you, I'm writing it on paper, sorry. A lot of topics you brought up I can't address in one video. It would take too long, and I'd have to split it up, so I might as well just address them in separate videos. So when you brought up food taxes, pollution, communal property versus private property, war, and anarchy in general, those topics that you kind of went into on your own, I'm not going to address those here. Oh, and education, too, because trust me, that'll be the first one I'll do. I'm not ignoring those, but those are going to take other videos, and I will do them after this one. This is a general response to what you were saying. For those who are watching this video, TSGolden made an initial video where he was arguing that socialized medicine would benefit capitalism, okay? And apparently in the last response he made to me, he fully admitted he knew almost nothing about economics. So I have a problem with that. But anyway, and because Golden, you didn't clarify that very well. We weren't talking about just socialized medicine in general. We were talking about it helping capitalism. That was the point of your first video, and you didn't clarify that very well. But anyway, so he made a video on it, and I responded, and I stated that this was a logical fallacy, that he was arguing something that was essentially a principle of the broken window theory, that the government can create jobs by destroying private industry, which most rational people will refute and is not commonly believed today, except by people like Obama and people that blindly support Obama, and I assume TSGolden is one of those people. So I made an initial response to that. And then, yes, we traded some things in text comments, which dealt with a number of topics. We talked about education, transportation. Again, I will address those in other videos. I can't do it here because it will take too long. Anyway, in your video, you came back, and I want to just list, tell me if I missed any. These are your reasons why I'm wrong. Okay, I wrote them down. 1, I'm young. I'm only 21 years old, and I'm an undergraduate student. 2, I quoted other people. Frederick Bastiat was his name, by the way. Quoted one person. 3, I study economics, and economics is an illusion. That was your third point, I believe. 4, you were talking about politics, not economics, because you don't like the way politics work in this country. Join the fucking club. I think those were it. So again, I argued that. So again, if you want to see my response to his other video, just look it up. I'm not going to repeat what I uttered there, but I essentially argued that not only does socialized medicine go against human motivation and human action, but he was arguing a logical fallacy. These were the responses you came up with, Golden. You attacked my youth. You attacked that I quoted someone else, which I don't know how that disproves my point. Most people aren't going to come up with original arguments. They rely on information based on other people. No doubt you do as well. I study economics, and it's an illusion, okay? And you were talking about politics. So I argued that this didn't help capitalism, and this was essentially why I'm wrong. All of them personal attacks, and none of them strengthen your idea in the slightest or destroy mine. Okay, that's funny. And again, you go into the fact that I'm an econ major and apparently hold that against me. I can't look up your age. You haven't listed it. I'm not going to try to guess your age. Probably between 30 and 40 is the best I can do. But your job listed in your profile there is artistic producer. If you can tell me how artistic production has added to your knowledge of economics in a way that my studying economics has not, I'd be very interested to learn how. That's interesting that apparently I know nothing and you know everything through artistic production. To clarify another point you made, I'm not well, in this video I'm trying to be intentionally smug because you just attacked me in yours, so I'm just trying to be an ass here. But you accused me of claiming, love that term reaction, but you also were accusing me of being a couple of things I'm not. Number one, I've never claimed to have a full knowledge of economics. I can point you to 2 people on YouTube that have a greater knowledge than I do. One is Ryan Falk, who posts under the name Fringe Elements, and another is Jacob Spiney. And they both, I guarantee you, are more knowledgeable than I am. I've never claimed to be the most knowledgeable guy. I've read a lot of works. I've gone to their videos and seen how they've clarified their arguments. Ryan Falk, I think, is a year younger than me, and fuck, that guy is intelligent. But I never claimed to be the most intelligent guy. Again, that sounds like just a personal attack. Two, you equate me with being a Republican. I don't remember stating I was a Republican. Again, where did I say that? Where did I label that? You're just now assuming things and making an ass out of yourself. So, whatever. But to go on with what you were saying, again, those other little comments, I'll get to in other videos. There's too much to get to here, but essentially, you're saying I'm wrong because my philosophy doesn't react with real people. Okay, let me just try to explain this. Your philosophy, apparently, whether you call yourself a socialist, a progressive, it's all the same thing. It's just a different name to the same disease. Let me get this straight. You believe, apparently, that there are these angels out there that can design society better than rational people can, that they should be given unlimited power in controlling the lives of others, similar to slave masters across history when we argued that some people were underdeveloped or too stupid to run their own lives, so we quoted slavery as being acceptable. This is the philosophy that you embrace. You believe that real people just want to subvert their will to these people that for whatever reason say they're better than everyone else, and we should blindly trust them in running our lives and running our affairs. The question I have for you is, how did that work for the Soviet Union? How did that work for China before they had to embrace capitalism or their country was going to bomb? How has that worked in Cuba, where they still have one of the worst poverty levels compared to even the South American nations that have dabbled between socialism and capitalism for like the past 40 years? This is your philosophy. My philosophy is that humans, for whether you believe we have the selfish gene that Richard Dawkins advocates, or whether you believe it's culturally imparted upon us from birth, that human beings are selfish. I do believe human beings are selfish, okay? And it's been shown by many economic authors, starting with Adam Smith, that this selfishness isn't a bad thing, because when people act in their own self-interest, it leads to benefits for everyone, okay? Golden, the shirt you're wearing, did someone make that shirt specifically for you, or did someone make that shirt because they wanted money and they didn't give a shit if they were making it specifically for you? They were making it because they wanted to get rich. They wanted to make money. Well, you're wearing it. I assume you think it's a relatively good product. You know, this is the system that I advocate. I advocate that people should be free to pursue their own self-interest. You're apparently, again, and I'll go into this in other videos because it's too much to discuss here, you're someone who's apparently telling me that people want to embrace these communities where other people are controlling their lives. I've never really met someone who says, I don't want to run my own life. I want someone else to run it for me. I mean, you're getting in, again, your entire video was an attack against me, but this is the specific thing I want to address here. You're telling me that my philosophy is wrong because people want to be robots controlled by other people. And I'm telling you that people are rational beings who want to pursue their own self-interest, that don't like being heavily taxed, that don't like being heavily controlled. Again, find me the people that want to just subvert themselves to other people, like feudalism, and you know, and then maybe you'll have an argument. But I don't believe the people that you think I'm crazy. I've never met the robots that you advocate. And then the other thing I'm going to make, and this is a little bit ad hominem, though I don't really mean it to be, you stated it towards the end of one of your responses that you actively don't study economics. Golden, this is because you said that I needed to be dumbed down or something like that, or I needed to be belittled because you don't agree with me. Let me give you some friendly advice. Don't talk about things you don't know. I'm not a calculus major. I'm not a math major. I would never talk about calculus because I know nothing about it. I'm smart enough to talk about what I've studied and smart enough not to talk about what I haven't studied. If you've never studied economics, instantly your credibility with me just wilters, okay? If you've never studied a field, but you're going to tell me that someone who has studied it is wrong for no other reason that you just don't agree with them, you lose a hell of a lot of credibility in my eyes, okay? So here's my advice to you. Stick to the artistic production and leave economic thought and economic theory to people that study it. Again, I'm not claiming to be the expert. I'm simply claiming that I try to learn from the experts, which you haven't. Again, a lot of the other things will be addressed in other videos. It's too long to go on here, but this is just the initial response to your 15-minute personal attack against me. So, yeah.